Hey folks, Chris once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another request this time from Eddie, and he wanted me to review a movie called Terrifier 2. Yes, we're sticking with the killer clowns. Now, I gotta say, this is probably my favorite movie of last year. I did like Smile, but this and Smile are going neck and neck with my favorite movies of the year, of last year, because this movie was, I did trailer reaction to it a while back. I thought, how are we going to get more gorier, crazier, and scarier than the first one? Well, this movie fucking did a number on that. This movie passes that shit with flying colors. Because, oh my god, the drama that this movie caused, the fucking hoopla that it caused, I can safely say this movie definitely succeeds on making you squirm, making you feel uncomfortable. And it's just, it didn't make me uncomfortable because I'm desensitized to gore and all that shit, because I'm a sick fuck. Well, I'm not really a sick fuck, but like I said, this movie, getting to the plot, if you haven't seen the first movie, it's about this clown named Art. He kills people. That's basically the whole movie. The first movie I did like. I don't own the first movie because it goes for a lot on eBay, but I found this for dirt cheap, for like $10 at Walmart. My girlfriend found it, actually. And I gotta say, this movie was good. I like the characters more in this one than the first one. In the first one, I didn't give a shit about any of the characters. I did like the girl at the end, but she got her face eaten off, so. But she tried. But this one basically picks up from the first movie. Right from the first movie. It doesn't hesitate. Right from the first movie. He's basically in the hospital. The first kill happens right away. He smashes the guy's face in, rips his head in half, pulls out his brain, takes his eye, puts it in his eye socket, and it falls out. And that was a cool scene. That was some pretty gruesome special effects. Then he goes to the laundromat to wash his clothes of all the blood. And he runs into this little girl who is basically a small version of himself. She's dressed as the same way as him. She has like this hat with like a shut up phone. Who has like this hair that comes out, kind of like Angelica from Rugrats. And she sits herself. She sits herself on the floor. And then she goes up to Art the Clown and starts playing patty cake with him. But as you see, she's not real. She's a ghost. And he kills this guy that's sleeping in the laundromat. He puts like a stick or like a broom in his head, and there's like a thing sticking out of his head. And then it cuts to this brother and sister, Sienna and what's the boy's name? What is the boy's name? Jonathan. That's his name. And they basically their mother is a drunky bitch, but she means well. There's a scene. I mean, I'm just gonna go over my favorite scenes. I'm not gonna review the whole movie because this movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes long. Basically, there's a scene like Jonathan goes to school. There's a scene before that where Sienna is watching this clown TV show. And then they go like, food's a little funny. Food's a little special deals. I can't sing that fucking song. Arthur Clown shows up and he like fires a gun at like everybody, like a machine gun. Like, pretty cool scene. And the girl wakes up, finds her room's on fire, her costume's ruined. The mom helps her take all the fire away. Her costumes are ruined. But then there's a scene at school where Jonathan goes to school, and there's Arthur Clown, this little girl who is playing with this fucking possum, digging out his guts. They're eating it, and then John goes, and then the mom blames him for fucking with the fucking possum. Like, why would you think he did it? But then, as the movie goes on, more people start to get killed. There's a very, very brutal scene where this woman gets killed. She gets like her eye sliced open. She gets her scalp cut off and ripped off. She gets both her arms broken. And then she gets salt and fucking bleach poured on her wounds. And she gets her face like ripped off. And then when her mom finds her, she's like all torn up and all ripped up, and the article is like, "Got you, bitch." Pretty horrific. There's a scene before that where Art is in like this costume spirit Halloween kind of shop, and he's trying all these glasses, like, which is a funny scene. And then he goes up to Sienna, honks a horn in her face. She leaves, and then the sword clerk says, "You better get it, boy, fuck you up." And then he fucks him up. He cuts his fucking head off, which is a pretty cool effect. Which is brutal. And then, the brother gets kidnapped by Art. After he kills his mom, he shoots his mom in the fucking face, and her head blows up. Pretty graphic, man. Felt bad for her. And then they go to this Terrifier haunted carnival, which is basically where that little girl died. The girl that's a ghost, that's where she basically died. And then we get to the showdown. This guy and one of Sienna's friends takes her to this carnival before, like, they were at a bar. And then this girl put Molly in her drink. I'm like, why would you do that to her? That's fucked up. So she's mad at her. She drives her there. Both those people are killed. You get a really brutal, graphic scene where this guy's taking a piss and he gets his dick like stabbed like 100 times, and he rips it off. And then he throws it. Goes out to the girl's friend. Goes into the bathroom. And the Terrifier, and he throws hot acid on her fucking face. It was so brutal. And then she like he like takes this like fucking stick with like a bunch of weapons attached to it, and he like smashes it on her fucking chest, completely mutilating her, and he eats her fucking heart. Graphic, nasty fucking shit. But it was awesome. And then Art, here's a showdown. There's a scene where Art has this weapon. He's like hitting Sienna and her brother, and there's a very nice and very wholesome scene where she's taking it for him. She's protecting him as he's whipping on her, which is like so sweet. But then she grabs it, and Art, she starts whipping him with it. There's a scene where Art's like playing the violin, and he goes like, and then she basically gets in a fight with Art, cuts his head off. And the little girl picks it up saying, "I'll be back." And their eyes glow. And the movie ends. Then you get a mid-credit scene, which is not too long. There's like a scene with Chris Jericho. And the girl from the first movie, the girl with like the messed up face, she pulls out Art's head. And then the movie ends. And that was Terrifier 2. There was a bunch of scenes that I skipped over, but I want you guys to see it. If you have not seen Terrifier 2, and you have enough guts, no pun intended, then go see it. Go see it. I think it's streaming on Hulu or Vudu, one of those two. Go see it. It's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth your time. Awesome movie. Very gory. But yeah. I like Sienna. I liked her brother. I like the mom. It was just a good movie, man. It was entertaining. So with that said, guys, Thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.